Okay, good evening everyone. As we all know, we're now in the days of Sfiras Omer. Tonight we counted 32. Lave, whatever that means. We're going to get into that a little bit. But we're in Sfiras Omer. As you can see, we're in Avelis. We don't listen to music. We don't get married during Sfira. Everything is a whole different ideas. There are many different ideas that are going on here. Besides, as we know, tomorrow night's going to be Baomer. And there's a lot of different customs, there's many customs that we do. I just wanted to focus in on a few of them to bring a little light so we can understand it a little better before Baomer. First of all, there is a three-way machlokes in the Paiskim, which is the Din Avelis. Where does the morning start? Where does the morning end? We know that there's 33 days. Where does it start? Either it starts from Pesach and goes until Baomer, or it starts from Rosh Chodesh Sivan and goes till Shavuos, or some people hold the entire thing. How do you get to the entire thing? Which, by the way, is the Shita of the Maharil. How do you get to 33? So you take every day that we don't say Tachnun, and we take that out, and we get 33 days that we are saying Tachnun in between, not including Yom Ha'atzmaut, everybody. We say Tachnun Yom Ha'atzmaut. Okay, so we take it out, and we get 33 days that we are saying Tachnun as a sign of mourning. The reason that Lag BaOmer is a happy day, which is brought in the poskim, is because Sha'az Poskim Ilamos, and that is when the Rebbe Akiva students stop dying. Now there are many different minhagim, like I said, that we do. One thing we do is there's a minhag for children to go out with bows and arrows, and we sing certain songs, and we light fires. I can't wait for tomorrow night. Fire! It was interesting. Last week I had a meeting in Ramat Eshkol last Sunday, a week and a half ago, and I was a drop early, so I was sitting on a bench about a block away from this meeting, and all of a sudden I get whammed in the head by a piece of wood. And when you're little Yerushalmi kids, they're schlepping wood. They didn't even say I'm sorry to me. All they said was, "It's Lag BaOmer. This is wood for Lag BaOmer." And that was their apology. Because I should understand wood flag moment. They're kids, you see it around Yerushalayim. Kids are dragging wood, making piles, ready to do it. I heard Rabbi Lavsky, he said that the people that are doing this are not older than the age of 5. And if you're lucky, you have them supervised by a veteran who's 7. Legit. But Lag BaOmer, we know over 500,000 go to Meron on Lag BaOmer, and they daven and they dance. But the Kerev Shem Bar Yochai, he's another personality that we deal with on Lag BaOmer, as well as Rebbe Akiva students. So let's try to get a little bit what's going on over here. First of all, we're told by the Torah to count Sfira, to count 7 weeks, and it says Sheva Shabbos is Temimas, and then it says Temimas, I don't remember. And then it says Tisbru Chamishim Yom, you should count 50 days. So which one is it? The Velt asks this kasha, which one is it? Is it 49 or is it 50? So I was giving a chabura on this about 3 weeks ago, on a Friday night, and I asked the question, not having an answer, and an answer popped into my head on the spot. I didn't look it up. I have no idea if anybody says this, but I'm going to say it. We know that we were in the 49 levels of Tumah in Mitzrayim, and every day of Lag BaOmer, every day of Sfira, we are working to get out of it one level at a time. So, it's a gradual process. Where was I going with this? So 49 days we have to count to get out, to go up out of 49. Now we're 49, we have to jump up to 50. That was the pshat I thought of. 49 days we're counting, the Shevesh Abbasais, we're counting to get out of the sphere. And then once we're out of the matziv of Tumah, we're out of the situation of Tumah, we have to jump to 50. So what is 49? What is 50? You break them down to their core, it's 7 and 8. And I'll explain what I mean by that. 7. 7 is a very common number in Judaism. It's very common in Kabbalah, very common in Machshava, all different ideas. Basically, we have 7 days of a week. We have 7 months to the Shemitah cycle. We have 7 heavens, whatever that means. So, let's start with 7 days. We don't have a 7-day week, Rabbi Yisrael. We don't. We have 6 days and we have Shabbos. The mashal I heard, the parable I heard was a Rubik's Cube. Rubik's Cube has 6 sides, and that's what you see, that's what it is. And inside there's a little ball that allows it to turn on its axis. I don't know, I just took the stickers and moved them around. But if you want to try to solve them, you can go ahead, and the 7th element inside allows the 6 sides to turn on its axis. So that's what it means That's what it means, 7. That's the number 7. You have what it is and what gives it meaning, how it operates. So 6 days we have of a week we work, and the 7th day gives us meaning to the 6 dimensions of the world. What's 8? 8 is out of this world. L'ma'ala min ha'teva. 8 is beyond, because you can only have what it is and how it operates. You don't have anything above that. So 8 is ma'ala min ha'teva. So 7 times 7 is 49. So the complete 49 is a completion of the physical, and 50 is a jump to the spiritual, to the out of the physical, whatever that means again. So it says count to the 50. Try to get out of the physical. Go above. You have to count 49 to get away from the tumah. Away from the impurity of Mitzrayim, you have to go all the way up. So now, what's going on? That's Lag Baomer. So we see this whole Lag Baomer, this whole Svira is a process. So now let's go again. Let's go back to Lag Baomer. So we have the Mechaber who says all the way from the beginning until, who says the beginning all the way till Lag Baomer, 33 days, we mourn, 33rd day, they stop dying. Then we have the Mechaber, whichever one it is, from Rosh Hashanah, and Maril says the entire thing. Now, according to Maril, what is going on with Lag Baomer? Why aren't they dying on Lag Baomer? So the Gemara tells us, in Samach Beis, Amar Beis, in Yevamis, the story of Rebbe Akiva's students died. The Gemara bring a proof that if you teach when you're young, that when you teach when you're young, you'll have the merit to teach when you're old. And the raya, the proof is to Rebbe Akiva. Rebbe Akiva, as we all know the story, we'll go through the story in a minute, where Rebbe Akiva had students when he was young, and had students when he was old. Where did he have students when he was young? He had 24,000 students. They died between Pesach and Shavuos, that's all the Gemara says. And they died then from a disease called Asker. The Marshal elaborates what this Asker was, some sort of stomach disease. I actually heard from someone, which I'm not going to quote because I don't know. He says it was a chuvas of Haigain, I believe it was, who says that they actually died in the Bar Kokhba revolt. Again, I didn't see it inside. It's an old sefer chuvas from Haigain, from the Gainim. That's where they actually died from, but it's not how and what. What they died from was Askara, how it was in the battle. If you want to say it, I'm not going to say that. I just wanted to bring it up because I just heard this and it blew me away. So I thought I will share it with you. I'll share it with you. Okay. So, yeah. So, and the Gemara gives the reason that they didn't give covet to each other. And then it says after that, they didn't give honor to each other. After that, Rebbe Akiva gets 5 more students. Rebbe Shimon Bar Yochai, Rebbe Lezer, I forgot the other 3. Offhand, I'm sorry, everybody say it's late. Please be Meichel. You look at the Gemara, if you want an easy way to remember where the Gemara is, Samach Beis, Amar Beis, Sob. Sob, it's a real sob story. Okay. So it's not that, so according to the Maril, it's not that they stopped. I think I heard from Rilavsky as well. He said, imagine a guy has $24,000, and every day he loses $1,000. The last day he makes a party, today he didn't lose any more money. He didn't lose any more money because he didn't have any more money left to lose. So why is it a happy day? Okay, so we'll have to explain according to that. According to the Maril, they keep dying after Lag Baomer. So why is Lag Baomer a happy day? So the way I understood it is that it's not that they didn't die so it's a happy day. They didn't die because it's a happy day. There's something in Lag Baomer that is something happy. It's something good. You want to go into the spheres, but there's something about Lag Baomer, a reason why it's a happy day. So, let's go to the story of Rebbe Akiva, and then we'll try to bring it all back together. Rebbe Akiva is 40 years old, and he's working for a fellow named Kalba Savua. Rashi explains, this is Gemara Balin Ksubasach Beis on the base. Rashi explains, why was his name Kalba Savua? Because people would come in like hungry like a kelev, and leave satisfied, savua, satisfied. And he's a shepherd for this fellow. And he has a daughter named Rachel. Rachel is 12 and a half. She's looking to get married, solving the shidduch crisis, getting an early start. Well, maybe there was a shidduch crisis, she needed to get an early start. But she sees Rebbe Akiva and she sees something in him. And she goes over to him and says, if you're willing to marry me, will you go to the Beit Rav? Will you go to learn in the Beis Medrash? He said, I'm 40 years old. What do I know? And he goes for a walk. This is not in the Gemara, happens to be, but he goes for a walk and he sees water pouring on a rock, and he sees an indent, and he says, if the water could make an indent on the rock, then sure the words of Torah could have an effect on me. It's interesting, in HaTorah, which is downstairs, I mean, this is HaTorah as well, but downstairs in the Aron Kodesh, there is, under the Aron Kodesh, the glass Aron Kodesh, and on the bottom there is a depiction of water going down and a rock underneath, depicting the water going on the rock. And Rav Nachman would show people when the new guys would come into Aish to show them that no matter what, the Torah could seep into you and have an effect on your life. But he sees and he comes back to Rachel and he says, "Yes, I'll marry you." And so yes, I'll marry you. Okay. She goes over to her father and says, "Tati, I'm a kala. I saved you the trouble. You don't have to sit through all the mechutanim and then plan. I took care of it all." Is really, who did you get? Just Akiva. Akiva, I don't know. Is it Chashav Bakr Akiva? He says, no, Akiva, your shepherd. What? You married Akiva, the shepherd? Are you out of your mind? I'm the richest guy. I can get you any guy in Lakewood. Any guy in the whichever yeshiva, fill in the blank here. Any guy in Aish. Right? So, she says, I don't care, I don't want him. And he says, if so, I'm making a neder, you're not going to get anything from me. And she says, okay, I'll sell my hair. Okay, that's a pretty smart business plan. And she runs off. And Rabbi Akiva goes for 12 years to learn in Yeshiva. He learned Aleph Beis with the children. He would sit and learn. He started off with Aleph Beis and he goes all the way up. And after 12 years of learning Torah, he has 12,000 students. And he says, okay, I told my wife 12 years, I'm going to come back now. And as he's passing the house, he hears a neighbor inside talking to his wife Rachel and says, you married, what a lowlife you married. Leaves you a living widow for 12 years. And he said, she said, if he was standing right here, I'll tell him to go back for another 12 years. So he goes, I got Rishos. Let's go, boys. Back to the base medrash. Hi-ho, hi-ho. And they go back and he goes to another 12 years and he gets another 12,000 students. 24,000 students. Now, I don't remember where I heard this, but he got 12,000 for the 12 years, the first 12 years. And the first couple of years he was probably learning how to read and learning how to learn. So he didn't get the 12,000 students. So another 12 years he only gets 12,000 students more. So what I heard was that there were only 24,000 students of this caliber in the Jewish people. They were the cream of the crop. They were the biggest people. Okay. So he comes back after 24,000 years. 24,000 years. That's a long time. Comes back after 24 years with 24,000 Talmidim. And everybody knows now the name Rabbi Akiva. And he's walking through the streets and she hears the great Rabbi Akiva. Rachel hears the great Rabbi Akiva's back. And she goes and she's trying to look for Rabbi Akiva. And she sees him all the way in the middle of the crowd. Everybody's crowding around him. And she started making her way through the crowd. She was pushing away from this dirty woman. Get her out of here. And she screams, Akiva! And he yells out, Rachel! And he sees her in the back. And Akiva, they keep going closer and closer. And finally, Akiva, they're about to embrace the Talmidim. They're pushing her away. And he says, Shavkua! Leave her alone. Shali, v'shalach, shalcha. All my Torah. And your Torah is for her. Is from her. And Talmidim line up and say, Shkoyach, thank you very much. It's unbelievable. So now, Kabbalah Savua, he hears this great guy, Rabbi Akiva, is in town, and he feels bad. 24 years. His daughter's now 36. And he feels bad that he made a neder against her. He can't have any hanaf from him. She can't get any support from him. So he goes over to Rabbi Akiva and he says, I want to annul my vow. Akiva says, had you known that he would know, had you known that he would become a Gavar Rabbah, a great man, would you have made such a vow? And he says, absolutely not. And the Kabbalah says, even if he knew one Mishnah, one halacha, I wouldn't have made the vow. And Akiva says, I know, that's me. And they hug and they kiss and he gives him half of his wealth. Pretty good. So, Rabbi Akiva is now the most successful guy around. Successful Yeshiva, doesn't need a fundraise, which is a big deal. In the Yeshiva world, fundraising is a lot of fun. Thank you all for supporting the Aish cause match, $3.6 million. Just going to point that out. So Rabbi Akiva now is ready to enjoy his life, sit and learn, 24,000 students all over Eretz Yisrael. And then he gets a knock on the door. 930 students of yours passed away. Was kam mit Leben von der zerbrochene Rebben, who had to cry at 24,000 levayis for 33 days. His students die. The calculation, I think about 920, 930 a day if you make it even. Over 33 days. And Yeshiva says, no, there's just 24,000 students, hence the morning. But I'm going to start over. That's what the Gemara in Yevamah says. He goes and gets 5 more students, and through them, the Torah continued. So that's one big thing that they were celebrating. Yeshiva, he didn't give up. Let's continue for a second. This week's also Parashas B'chukaisai for us in Eretz Yisrael, for us for your Chutzlar, so if everyone's watching. It is Behar B'chukaisai. B'chukaisai starts Rashi tells us Shtatiyo Amelim HaTorah. If you go with my chukim, it's referring to that you should be learning Torah. So I want to get into the Koyach of Lag Baomer, the Koyach of Limud HaTorah, and what the focus of Lag Baomer is. I made a bracha before, relax. I can do advertisements for Israel. That guy, I could do the guy on the bus, on the train. Sultan Suleiman. Hi, but they would never hire me, whatever, I'll make too many jokes. Guys, tachlis. Okay. So, Sphira is divided into 3 categories. 3 categories. Keneged, in regard to Torah, Avodah, Gimel, Chasadim, the 3 things that the world stands on. Al-Shloisha Dvarim Avodah I made. My Rabbi Yitzkowitz composed the low part, so I could sing the low part. Al-Torah V'Al-Avodah V'Al Gimilos Chasadim. Okay, if you want to hear my version of that, I just like singing. Okay, so the last part, the last one which is starting like Baomer, is to strengthen ourselves in Torah. As all the Mefarshim explain, is to strengthen ourselves in Limud HaTorah, in Ahavas HaTorah, Cheshek HaTorah. That's the Nekuda starting like Baomer. It's an unbelievable day. Tonight we said it was Leiv, Lamed Beis 32, and the Svarim will also explain that the Sphira could also be divided up in 2 ways. Leiv, Taiv. Leiv is numerical value 32, Taiv is numerical value 17. Sorry, it's late. 17 is 17 days from Lag Baomer, 33 to 49. If everybody's quick at math, it's 17 days. Taiv. So as literally, tonight I just went down to the Kaisel, which is right down there, to go daven Ma'ariv, and on the way back up I was walking with somebody from Aish, and we were discussing this idea that your heart has to be set on wanting to learn Torah by this point. We have to have our leiv. Our leiv has to be in its right place. His heart was in the right place. Your leiv has to be in the right place. And then, like whenever you start working on your taiv, the good. Ein taiv ela Torah. The only good is Torah. So we start working on taiv, Lag Baomer, which is Gematria 17. Okay. So, the third one is Kabbalah's Torah. Now there's a Gemara which I saw quoted by the Argidal Yo, which I'll say a little bit from him. HaTorah lo nina la'ichle aman. The Torah was given, as we know, it's going to be in 3 weeks. But as Hashem Yisbach, on Shavuos, the Torah was given to the people who ate the man. What does that mean? People who ate the man. It means literally they were eating the man, but it means that they were basically feasting on spirituality. Feasting completely on spirituality. Like we're discussing, getting more out of Torah. You have to feast on spirituality. When you take a drink, you can say, I'm just taking a drink. Or I'm taking a drink in order to help my learning. That's making that drink spiritual. And the day that we start preparing for a Kabbalah Torah, but umkis with Taif, is Lag Baomer. Who's the one of the main personalities Lag Baomer? Rav Shimon Bar Yochai, because that's the song. That's the Lag Baomer. So Shimon Bar Yochai, one of the things Rav Shimon Bar Yochai had to do because of the Gzeira that was put on him to death, he had to run into a cave. In the cave for 12 years, he eats a carob tree that's put there by Hashem, by God. And the rabbis explained it was a form of man. It was a form of straight spirituality because it was given their legit word by God. And Rav Shimon Bar Yochai is the name of the Zohar, which we're going to discuss in a minute as well. I don't know if it'll be a minute. Please be mochel, bli never. Rav Gav, that was for you. Okay, so this day the person that we're celebrating is somebody who also ate man. And not only that, Chassam Sofer brings that the first day the man fell in the midbar, in the desert, wasn't like Baomer. It's a very, very holy day if we utilize it correctly. We have to build our spirituality. We have to strengthen ourselves and our love for Torah. We have to sing Torah. As the guys by night say the Chabura. We sing the Gemara. Gemara lives and sings. Torah lives and sings. We have to sit there and we have to work hard, and it's hard work. But we're understanding the umkas of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And Rav Shimon Bar Yochai felt we need more. We need to bring down the secrets of the Torah to understand the HaKadosh Baruch Hu even better. He brings down the Zohar on Lag Baomer, because his yard set is Lag Baomer. Rav Shimon Bar Yochai was on his deathbed, everybody. He was trying all his life to bring down the Zohar, to bring it down, to show the secrets of the Torah. And on his dying bed, on his deathbed, on his dying breaths, he brings down the Zohar. Now, I don't know about anybody here, but it should be in, I should live until 120. Amen. But on my dying bed, I would assume I'd be wanting to do tshuva, say Chaim Beganu, saying Shimon Bar Yochai had one thing and one thing only in mind: to bring down more Torah. And one thing that we do, the minhag comes from, that Hashem says to Noach after the Mabul, he sees a rainbow, he says, that is a sign. If I ever want to destroy them, I'll show a rainbow, and that'll sign that I want to destroy them, but I did end up doing it. I don't know what that was. At least from that side. And they said there was not one rainbow that appeared in Shimon Bar Yochai's lifetime. And the Bar Yochai songs were singing the praise of Shimon Bar Yochai on his yard side the day he brought down the hidden Torah. And had over 500,000 traveled to Meron. And Eged Baruch Hashem has an amazing system to deal with the crowds. Over 500,000 people, Rabbi say. And there's a Biana Rebbe tomorrow night's going to light the Medura, the first one at least. And then Thursday night before Shkia, Tol's Aaron Rebbe is going to light a Medura. Light a Adlaka. Light a bonfire. It's representing the fire of the Torah. The fire of the Zohar, the fire of the secrets. Aish, fire. Aish, taliketa, aish, tagili, yesh. Fire is not tangible. Whatever physical, and I light this on fire, and out becoming fire. Is that fire tangible? Can you take it? Can you touch it? Yes, always that guy by Shalsha, those who try to stick right, I made okay. But it's not tangible. You need something tangible, which is the physical, whatever in spiritual terms, the Torah, the Pshat, the Drush, the Remez, and the Side. The Side is a fire. Side is not something tangible, but it's the secrets of developing your minds to understand the depth of the Torah. We have such an unbelievable Avas HaTorah that we have to shine forth, and we're going to sit and dance and sing. Va'amartem koi lechoi, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, va'amartem koi lechoi, and chuvadano elokai. It's interesting, last year I was playing at a yeshiva in my past life. I used to play keyboard and sing, no autographs. And I was playing for a yeshiva and I was singing the Lag Baomer songs, and I said when they're lighting the fire, I said, chuvadano elokai. The next day I get a phone call from one of the rabbis at the yeshiva. I'm not sure if you were singing Avodah Zarah. I said, what? Yeah, L'chovidatana Elokai, L'chovidatana, your God. Which is what they say in Meron. And they sing it all over the world like that. The word is Eloiki, which means in Kabbalistic terms, a godly person. Chovatana ha'Eloiki, the godly person, Rav Shimon Bar Yochai. But it doesn't rhyme with Bar Yochai. So they say Elokai, Bar Yochai, it rhymes, but the word is Eloiki. Most people don't know that. And we have to make sure people know it because we don't do Avodah Zarah. One thing in this religion, we don't do Avodah Zarah. So, Rabbi Akiva, on Lag Baomer, he doesn't give up. He starts with 5 more students. Even after all students die, he starts with 5 more, he doesn't give up. He could have retired fine. But he had a mission to spread Torah to Klal Yisrael. And he doesn't give up. Sure, Baruch Chai's on his deathbed, he tried all his life. He can just give up and do tshuva, I tried. But he doesn't give up, and on his deathbed, he brings them the Zohar. Rabbi say, Lag BaOmer is a time that we can tap into and achieve true Simchas Torah and Avos Torah, Chesed BaTorah, and Lamdas BaTorah, Limud Torah. It's such a powerful day. It's a day that we can't give up. Because we're the last people on earth who could spread this word. Spread the word of Torah, who could live the Torah. I don't want to say stories, what's going on in the world. I don't want to say so many either are so disconnected. And some people who are connected don't even know that they're connected. If they're tapping into the connection. Hashem gave us the greatest gift. And it comes, the Gemara in Bracha says, it comes, eternal lineage will be assured, it comes with hardships. Because you can't achieve it unless you go through the hardships. You can't achieve true Avos HaTorah, true Simchas HaTorah. Like whatever's the day we can't give up. And the day you can't give up is the day we start preparing for Kabbalas HaTorah. That is the day of Lag BaOmer, Rabbi say. We have a fire. It's within us. We have to spread it. We have to take our torch and light the bonfire. Light the world up with the light of the Torah. Ki ner mitzvah Torah are. Lag BaOmer is that day. We dress in special begadim and clothing Lag BaOmer to show the importance of the day. We realize that we cannot survive without the Torah. And that's what we're here to show. That's why 500,000 people go to Meron to celebrate Rav Shimon Bar Yochai, who didn't give up and gave us more Torah to learn and the Science of Torah and deeper understandings. It's unbelievable. But we have to be awake for it. Ani Yashen V'li is not enough. We have to wake up. We have to feel it. Don't feel it. Fire is hot. Don't go near fire. We do not. Aish, keep away. No, don't Aish, keep away. Everybody come to Aish HaTorah. But the idea is so powerful, everybody say. Can't give up. We're at the end now. Lag BaOmer is a time that we can tap into and say, we're going to keep the Torah. We're going to go in 70 days with the Tov, with the good. We're going to go to Mount Torah and be Mekabel the Torah with a Hava. And ultimately we'll bring the Gula Shlema Meher V'Meinu. Amen.